So the alignment of human and machine, of function, personality, of rationale and feeling, that's the philosophy behind the new Samsung One font. Design a typeface mainly is thinking about creating a system, and it's a tool for expressing many different things. And a typeface still includes as much personality as a poster, but it also has to work in a very functional and mechanical way.
What we tend to do is we look at the underlying functional needs of the typeface, but we can't get away from the personality elements.
The most important thing for us, and the reason why it's called Samsung One, is because it unifies a lot of very different things that are happening within Samsung. One of the most important things that can connect all of those things is the design of the typeface. Different companies have different approaches to designing typography and typefaces. The way we approach it is we start with the O and the H, and this gives us a sense of space, of curve and of square.
And then we dive into the lowercase with an N. The shoulder of the N is kind of quite a repeating character with M, H, U.
P is then important because you have the descender, which then you can think about for an ascender. And then how these letters start to work together gives us the overall shape and sense.
And even within this sort of very small set, that gives us sort of 80% of the DNA of the rest of the font. This is really just the beginning of the process.
So when we're designing typefaces, especially with Samsung One, we have to consider scale as one of the most important things. It has to operate functionally very small on a screen, but also large as in like a packaging or an environment. And there's a lot of considerations we have to think about.
So the spacing is key to this. The very large sizes, it's very close together, but the smaller it goes, right down to the micro sizes, it tends to open up. And this is to aid readability of the small sizes.
Samsung One has a few key characteristics. One of them is that all the weights of the lines seem about the same width. We've got the ends of the lines are cut at a specific angle. The characters themselves are very open, and this is helped because the curves are quite square, and also because the X height, the lowercase height, is quite high, which makes it much more legible. The Samsung One family really is a worldwide family, but in order to be authentic, we have to respect each local script and language. So we worked with a number of specialists as part of our extended studio family.
And this might be our last question. Can you tell me which one is your favorite character?
Because for me, I think the letter S is the hardest one to get right, because it's not really based on any system. You can't really copy and paste from any other character. It's to do with the skill of the hand movement. And for us, especially with Samsung One, it's the most commonly seen character as the first letter of Samsung.